You've been feeling off for months, maybe even longer. You finally made the appointment, and now you're in the doctor's office. You're sitting in the waiting area, and you go over everything in your head. The sleep, the fatigue, the thing that happened last Tuesday, the symptom you've been too embarrassed to say out loud. Yeah, you know that. The doctor walks in. What brings you in today? And your mind goes completely blank. And you say something like, oh, I've just been a little tired. And you drive home remembering everything you forgot to say. If that has ever happened to you, this video is for you. I am Milka. I am a nurse practitioner. And I have sat across from thousands of women in the exam room. And I want to tell you something I wish more clinicians say it out loud. Freezing up in the doctor's office is not a you problem. It is a systemic problem. And there are simple things you can do before you walk in that change everything. Okay? Let's start here because it matters so that you think there is something wrong with you. You need to understand the why. Not so that you can fix yourself, but so you can stop thinking there's something wrong with you. When you walk into a medical appointment, the nervous system already knows the stakes are high. You want to be believed. Maybe you've not been believed before. You're trying to compress months, sometimes years, of how you've been feeling into a 15-minute window. With someone you may not know well while sitting in a paper gown sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes you're sitting in a paper gown, fluorescent lights blaring down at you. Not the most calm environment for clear thinking. And here's what I hear from women constantly. One woman described to me how she tried to explain 9 separate symptoms to her doctor. Her palpitations, her insomnia, her hair thinning, her weight gain, her temperature swings, her mood changes, and feeling like her doctor wasn't even tracking any of it. Another woman said to me how she felt embarrassed. She felt so ashamed of what she was experiencing that she almost didn't bring it up. And another woman told me she's been dealing with, years, and walked out of yet another appointment, not heard and feeling invisible. Not because she wasn't articulate enough, not because her symptoms weren't real, but because she had no structure to hold on to when the pressure in the room hit her. That structure is what I wish to give you today, so that you don't freeze again in the doctor's office. Here's what actually is happening when you freeze, okay? When the anxiety spikes, even mild anxiety, your brain prioritizes survival over language. The part of your brain responsible for organized sequential thinking takes a backseat to the parts that's scanning for threat. So you forget the timeline. You forget the word you're looking for. You start explaining one thing and trail off into something else. You minimize because minimizing is safer, feels safer than being dismissed. Oh, I've just been a little tired. It's probably nothing. I don't want to make a big deal. Sounds familiar? You're not bad at communicating. Your nervous system is doing exactly what the nervous system is meant to do. The solution isn't to come down in that moment. The solution is to be prepared. Prepare so well beforehand that your nervous system doesn't have to work hard at all. Okay? Now, here is what I want to tell you. This is the meat of it. This is actually what works. A simple system. Part 1. Not the night before, not in the waiting room, a few days before your appointment. Sit down somewhere quiet. Write out everything you've been experiencing. Don't edit it yet. Don't decide what's worth mentioning. Just get it out on the paper. Symptoms, feelings, the thing that woke you up at 3 a.m., the moment your husband said, "You don't seem like yourself," the day you couldn't get off the couch. Write it all down. One woman I came across described trying to navigate a supplement list so overwhelming. Write down your supplements. Another described tracking her symptoms in her head for so long that by the time she was in an appointment, she couldn't access it. She couldn't access any of that she was ruminating in her head. Writing it down removes it as a burden from your memory. It exists outside of you now. And that changes how you feel walking in. Part 2. Once everything has been written down, once you've written everything down, and I know that is hard, pick the top 3 problems. The 3 symptoms that are affecting you daily life the most. The 3 you most need addressed today. Not because the others don't matter, but because a focused appointment gets you further than an overwhelming one. You can say, "I have a lot going on, but today I really need us to focus on these 3 things." That sentence alone reframes the appointment. You're now directing it, not just responding to it. Part 3, now that you've written the problems down and you've chosen the ones, this is the step women skip. Most women skip this step. Don't skip it. You do not have to memorize what you wrote down. You do not have to perform composture when you get to the doctor's office. Hand your doctor the list or hold it in your hand and read from it. There is nothing unprofessional about that. In fact, from a clinician's perspective, a patient who comes with a written list of symptoms is one that's easiest to help. Because I don't have to guess. Because you've already done the organizing of your experience. Because we can now move on. We can move faster. Bring the paper with you. Here are some practical phrases when you're in the doctor's office that are worth having ready to open. I want to make sure I cover most of the important things today that are affecting me. I can share what I wrote down. Simple. It signals you're prepared. It sets the tone immediately. If you lose your train of thought, you can say, "Sorry, I want to make sure I say it clearly. Give me a second to recollect myself." You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to collect yourself. A doctor who won't give you 10 seconds to prepare is a doctor worth noting. If you feel like you're being rushed, well, I want to make sure this gets addressed. There is time. Can we reschedule a time so I can come back and get this? That keeps the symptom on the table, not confrontational. If something gets glossed over, can we go back to over, this is affecting me and I want to make sure we don't miss it? You're not being difficult. You're being your own advocate. And advocacy is a skill. It gets easier with practice. I want to leave you with something that isn't a strategy. Okay? A lot of women come into appointments. This is not a strategy. I want to leave you with this. A lot of women come in already apologizing, already minimizing, already half convinced that what they're feeling isn't serious enough to take up someone's time. I've watched women describe 9 real symptoms and open with, "I don't want to be a bother." You're not a bother. Your symptoms are data. Your body has been trying to tell you something, and the appointment exists. It literally exists for you to share that information with someone who is trained to help you make sense of it. You're not performing wellness for the doctors. You are not there to be easy. You are there to get help. Come prepared, bring your list, say what you came to say. You deserve to be heard. If you want help organizing before your next appointment, there's a kit I created, the Visit Confidence Kit, that walks you through exactly how to track your symptoms, build your questions list, walk in feeling clear instead of overwhelmed. The link is below. If you know a woman who always leaves appointments feeling like she forgot something, send her this video, because she deserves to walk out of that room with answers. See you in the next video.